Hello, my name is Jake, and today I'm going to take you through the Dreampool. The Dreampool AI is a voice assistant who will help you run your own adventures just by speaking. Access it through your phone or a browser at Dreampool.ai. I'm going to give you a short run through today to show you how to use it and give you a few tips on how to do so easily and effectively. So first, go to Dreampool.ai. In the top right hand corner, you'll see Start Adventuring. Just click that and it will take you to the dashboard. In the dashboard, there is no character creator yet, so just click Start Adventure. That'll bring you to the narrator selection screen. At the moment, we just have two narrators, a male and a female. These will evolve over time as they gain new capabilities and differentiate themselves. I'm just going to choose the male today, Eldrath, and that will take us to the call screen. You will have 15 free minutes when you sign up, but if you need to buy additional minutes, you can just click here. Before you start a call, I recommend that you think a little bit about the character you want to play. Think about what kind of setting you want to play in. Think about what kind of rules you want to use. The default rules for adventures in Dreampool are customized for the service. That's called the Dreampool system. That's what I would recommend. And it's what the narrator will default to. Ask for other rules like 5th edition D&D or something else. I also have a notepad available, either electronically or physically. Any dice that you want to use or any systems that you want to use to roll dice, I'm going to be doing mine electronically. The assistant can also simulate dice rolls for you if you want it to. And if you're not really sure what kind of character you want to play, you can ask the assistant to recommend for you as well. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and start a call. I'm going to try to keep it somewhat brief. Normally, I would suggest running sessions about an hour in length. And then after that time, you can save, restart, and it'll keep the context window of the assistant somewhat manageable. It gets more difficult when you run multi-hour long sessions. Okay, so I'm going to start a call and we'll see how it goes.
You pass through the shimmering dream pool with a soft ripple. A gossamer being floats before you. Greetings, Sebastian Ashworth. Do you wish to continue your adventure?
No, I'd like to start a new adventure with a different character and a new setting. Can you give me some suggestions?
Of course, I'd be happy to help you start a fresh adventure with a new character and setting. Here are some exciting options to consider. Mashchad, fantasy settings. High fantasy kingdom, classic medieval fantasy with dragons, wizards, and noble quests. Dark fantasy realm, gothic atmosphere with undead, curses, and moral ambiguity. Steampunk empire, Victorian-era technology meets magic and airships. Desert kingdoms, Arabian Nights inspired with genies, ancient ruins, and merchant caravans. Frozen Northlands, Viking inspired with ice magic, ancient gods, and harsh survival. Mount, sci-fi settings. Space station, futuristic colony dealing with alien threats or corporate intrigue. Cyberpunk city, neon-lit urban sprawl with hackers, augmented humans, and mega-corporations. Post-apocalyptic wasteland, survivors rebuilding civilization after a great catastrophe. Alien world, exploration of a mysterious planet with strange creatures and phenomena. Pashta, character concepts. Rogue archaeologist, treasure hunter seeking ancient artifacts. Rebel pilot, fighting against an oppressive regime. Elemental mage, mastering the forces of.
Okay, so I don't want to, this is for a YouTube video, so I don't want to make it look like this is pre-programmed. So why don't you just choose something at random for me to play?
All right, let me randomly pick something for you. Rolls mental dice. You're going to be Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire, a sky pirate engineer in a floating city archipelago setting. The world. The great shatter occurred centuries ago, breaking the continent into thousands of floating islands suspended in endless sky. Cities drift through the clouds, connected by airship trade routes and less legitimate sky pirate lanes. Your character. You're the brilliant but reckless chief engineer aboard the airship Copper Phoenix. You've got a knack for jury-rigging impossible contraptions and a reputation for explosive solutions to problems. Your crew just intercepted a distress beacon from a luxury liner that's gone dark near the Crimson Storms, notorious floating maelstroms that tear ships apart. Starting scenario, you're standing on the deck of your airship, goggles pushed up on your forehead, watching the ominous red clouds swirl ahead. Your captain wants to investigate. There could be salvage, survivors, or both. But those storms are dangerous, and your ship's stabilizers have been making concerning noises. What do you do, Captain Sparks?
Continue the end of that statement.
What do you do, Sparks? The wind whips through your hair as you lean against the ship's railing, studying the roiling crimson clouds ahead. Your mechanical arm, a masterpiece of your own engineering after a boiler explosion 3 years back, taps rhythmically against the copper pipes running along the deck. Behind you, Captain Ironjaw McGillicuddy is barking orders to the crew, but you can hear the uncertainty in his voice. The Copper Phoenix groans slightly as a crosswind catches her, and that telltale whistle from the port stabilizer confirms your suspicions. You're running on borrowed time before major repairs are needed. Through your spyglass, you can just make out the silhouette of the luxury liner Celestial Dawn, a massive passenger vessel that should have been able to weather these storms easily. The fact that it's gone silent is troubling. Your toolkit jangles at your belt, and you feel the familiar itch in your fingers to start tinkering. You could try to boost the stabilizers for better maneuverability, or perhaps rig up some kind of storm protection. But every modification is a gamble when you're this close to the Crimson Storms. What's your move, Captain Sparks?
I want to see the other ship better. Do I have a spyglass or something I can use to look at it?
You already have your spyglass in hand. You extend the brass telescope fully and peer through the lens, adjusting the focus as you study the Celestial Dawn. Through the magnified view, you can see the luxury liner is listing heavily to starboard, her elegant white hull marred by what looks like scorch marks. Several of her airbags appear deflated or torn, and she's barely maintaining altitude, drifting dangerously close to the lower edge of the storm system. Most troubling of all, you don't see any movement on her decks, no crew scrambling to make repairs, no passengers at the railings. The ship looks empty, dead in the water, so to speak. But wait. Your engineer's eye catches something else. There's a faint, unnatural blue glow emanating from somewhere deep within the ship's hull. It pulses rhythmically, like a heartbeat. That's definitely not standard luxury liner equipment. What do you see? Sparks, Captain McGillicuddy calls out, his weathered face creased with concern. Is she salvageable, or are we looking at a floating tomb? The blue glow pulses again, brighter this time, and you swear you can almost feel it resonating with the copper pipes beneath your mechanical hand. What do you make of this mysterious light, and what do you...
I want to try to salvage it. Can we get closer and get on board?
She's definitely salvageable, Captain, you shout back, snapping the spyglass shut. But there's something odd about her. Some kind of blue glow coming from inside. Could be valuable, or dangerous. Captain McGillicuddy strokes his iron jaw thoughtfully. I can see the greed in your eyes. Sparks. But those crimson storms are getting closer. We've got maybe 20 minutes before they engulf that liner completely. You feel the Copper Phoenix shudder as the engines strain against the crosswinds. The port stabilizer's whistle is getting more insistent. All right, you mad engineers, the captain bellows. We're going in, but I want those stabilizers working properly before we get anywhere near that death trap. Sparks, can you get us close enough to dock without my ship ending up as scrap metal? The crew springs into action around you. Riggers scramble up the masts while the helmsman adjusts course toward the Celestial Dawn. You can already see the massive luxury liner growing larger through the swirling red mists. Your mechanical arm whirs as you flex the fingers, ready to work. The toolkit at your belt jangles with anticipation. You've got minutes to decide. Do you quickly patch the stabilizer first, or do you head straight for...
I want to try to do any repairs that I can to the stabilizers now.
Smart thinking, Sparks. You can't salvage anything if you're both ships crashing into the storm clouds below. You dash across the deck to the port stabilizer housing, your mechanical arm already reaching for tools. The copper-plated gyroscope inside is spinning erratically, and you can see the problem immediately. One of the alignment crystals has worked loose from its mounting. "Give me 3 minutes," you shout to the captain as you pop open your toolkit. Your flesh and blood hand holds the housing steady, while your mechanical fingers work with precision, tightening the crystal mount and adjusting the resonance frequency. The annoying whistle gradually fades as the stabilizer finds its proper rhythm. But as you work, you notice something odd. The blue glow from the celestial dawn seems to be affecting your mechanical arm. The copper components are humming softly, almost harmonizing with whatever's producing that pulsing light. "Stabilizers are good to go," you call out, wiping grease on your leather apron. The copper phoenix immediately feels steadier as she cuts through the turbulent air toward the derelict liner. You're now close enough to see the celestial dawn's ornate railings and broken windows. Her docking clamps are still functional, though you'll need to be careful with the approach. How do you want to...
So I want to use the Dreampool rule system and develop this character a little bit more and have dice rolls when we try to attempt things rather than just narratively.
Perfect. Let's switch to the Dreampool system. Let me help you develop Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire properly. Character creation. Name, Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire. Class/role, Sky Pirate Engineer. Key attributes. We'll need to establish these. Typically things like engineering, agility, courage, etc. Notable abilities. Mechanical expertise, jury rigging, explosive solutions, mechanical arm proficiency. Equipment. Mechanical arm, engineer's toolkit, goggles, spyglass. Character, goals. What drives Sparks? Treasure, adventure, proving her engineering skills. Current situation. You've just repaired the stabilizers and are approaching the mysterious celestial dawn with its eerie blue glow. Before we continue with dice rolls, let's establish your character's attributes and any specific goals. What would you like Sparks' primary motivations to be? And how would you like to distribute her key attributes? Engineering, agility, courage, leadership, etc. Once we have her character sheet established, we can start making proper skill checks for things like piloting the ship to dock, investigating the mysterious blue glow, or handling whatever dangers await aboard the derelict luxury liner. What aspects of...
Well, she's, is it a male or a female?
You mentioned Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire. Zara is typically a female name, so I've been running with her as female. But since this is your character, you can decide. Would you like Sparks to be female,
Yes,
as Zara?
Let's keep
male?
her female, and let's say that she's got some dexterity, some courage, and whatever the engineering aspect would be. I guess that's intelligence. I forget what the different attributes are.
Perfect. Let's set up Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire with those attributes. In the Dreampool system, we'll establish her key stats. Key attributes: dexterity, agility, fine motor control, mechanical precision. Courage, bravery, leadership under pressure, risk-taking. Intelligence, engineering knowledge, problem-solving, technical expertise. Notable abilities: mechanical expertise with airship systems, jury rigging and improvised solutions, mechanical arm proficiency, explosive problem-solving methods, sky pirate tactics, equipment, masterwork mechanical arm, self-designed, engineer's toolkit, goggles, spyglass, various spare parts and gadgets, character goals, prove her engineering prowess, seek valuable salvage and treasure, protect her crew and ship. Now, back to the scene. You're approaching the mysterious celestial dawn with its eerie blue glow. Your stabilizers are working properly, but you need to dock safely with the derelict liner. Let me roll for your docking attempt using your dexterity for precise maneuvering.
I'll roll dice.
Rolling dice. Good question. How old would you like Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire to be?
No.
Given that she's an
I'll make dice rolls. You tell me when you want me to roll dice, and I'll roll them and give you the result. And then you can add any modifiers that you need to.
Perfect. You're absolutely right. Let me set up the dice rolls properly. Character sheet. Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire. Dexterity, good, +2 modifier. Courage, good, +2 modifier. Intelligence, engineering, good, +2 modifier. Current situation. You're approaching the mysterious celestial dawn to attempt docking. The ship is listing heavily, and there are dangerous crosswinds from the crimson storms. Docking attempt required. I need you to roll a dexterity check for precise maneuvering to safely dock with the derelict luxury liner. The difficulty is moderate due to the unstable conditions and the celestial dawn's listing position. Please roll 1d20 and tell me the result. I'll add your +2 dexterity modifier to determine if you successfully dock without damaging either ship. What did you roll?
In the Dreampool system, we're supposed to use dice of different sizes depending on how good I am and how many modifiers I have. So what is the base? A d6. So with a +2, that's a d10. So I should be rolling a d10, right?
You're absolutely right. I apologize for the confusion. In the Dreampool system, we scale dice based on your skill level. Base d6 plus your +2 modifier equals d10. For this docking attempt, you'll be rolling a d10 for your dexterity check to safely maneuver the Copper Phoenix alongside the listing Celestial Dawn. The winds are picking up from the crimson storms, and the luxury liner is unstable, so this is a moderate difficulty maneuver. Please roll a d10 for your docking attempt.
Okay, tell me the target number I need to hit, because I don't want you to fudge these numbers.
Good call on transparency. For this docking maneuver with the unstable celestial dawn and dangerous storm conditions, you need to roll 6 or higher on your d10. The difficulty breakdown.
Okay, I rolled
Base
7.
difficulty 4. Excellent. You rolled a 7 against a target of 6. Success. With steady hands and your engineer's eye for precision, you expertly guide the Copper Phoenix alongside the listing Celestial Dawn. Your mechanical arm works the secondary controls, while your flesh hand operates the main helm. The docking clamps engage with a satisfying clank as the two ships lock together. Nicely done, Sparks, Captain McGillicuddy calls out. Now let's see what secrets this ghost ship holds. You secure the docking lines and grab a boarding plank. The Celestial Dawn's deck is eerily quiet. No crew, no passengers, just the sound of wind through her rigging. That mysterious blue glow is stronger now, pulsing rhythmically from somewhere deep in the ship's belly. Your mechanical arm continues to hum softly in resonance with it. The crimson storms are getting closer. You can feel the air pressure changing. You estimate you have maybe 15 minutes before you need to cast off or risk being caught in the maelstrom. Do you want to? 1. Head straight for the source of the blue glow. 2. Search the upper decks for survivors first. 3. Look for the ship's manifest or captain's log. What's your choice? And would you like to make any preparations before boarding?
Let's check for survivors first. And I want to take myself and a team of people, and I want to have my weapon available. I will carry a rapier and a pistol.
Good thinking. You draw your rapier and check that your pistol is loaded and ready. The familiar weight of both weapons is reassuring as you prepare to board the ghostly vessel. All right, lads. You call to your crew. Jenkins, Coppertooth, you're with me. Rest of you, keep the engines warm and watch for storm signs. We go in fast, check for survivors, then see what's causing that blue glow. Your two most trusted crew members grab their cutlasses and follow you across the boarding plank onto the Celestial Dawn's deck. The luxury liner's polished brass fittings are tarnished, and there's an unnatural chill in the air despite the warm storm winds. Equipment ready. Rapier drawn. Pistol loaded. Mechanical arm. Two crew members as backup. You start methodically checking the upper decks for survivors. The passenger cabins should be your first priority. That's where people would have taken shelter. I need you to roll an intelligence check to systematically search for survivors and clues about what happened to the crew and passengers. Target number 5 or higher on your D10. Intelligence modifier puts you at D10. Please roll your D10.
Okay, let's change my rapier to a cutlass. I think you're right on what weapons pirates would have. And I rolled a 3.
Good call on the cutlass. Much more fitting for a sky pirate. You rolled a 3 against a target of 5. That's a failure. As you and your crew spread out across the upper decks, the eerie silence and that pulsing blue glow seem to be affecting your concentration. The search feels disorganized and hurried. You check several passenger cabins, but the strange atmosphere has you on edge. You're more focused on potential threats than on methodical investigation. Jenkins calls out from the port side. Captain, these cabins look like they were abandoned in a hurry. Personal effects scattered about, but no signs of struggle. Coppertooth adds, Aye, and the lifeboats are still in their davits. Where'd everyone go? Your mechanical arm is humming more intensely now, almost vibrating in resonance with that blue glow from below decks. It's becoming a distraction, making it hard to focus on the search. The crimson storms are getting closer. You can see lightning flickering in the red clouds. You estimate maybe 10 minutes before you need to abandon this search. What do you want to do? 1. Continue searching more cabins. Another intelligence check. 2. Head straight for the source of the blue glow below decks. 3. Check the ship's bridge for the...
Let's assume the ship's empty for now. We checked, even though it wasn't a good check. And we'll check the blue glow next.
Right. After your hurried search of the upper decks, you're reasonably confident there are no survivors aboard. At least not in the passenger areas. The ship feels truly abandoned. Time to see what's causing that infernal glow, you mutter, adjusting your grip on your cutlass. Your mechanical arm is practically vibrating now, the copper components resonating stronger with each pulse of blue light from below. You lead Jenkins and Coppertooth down a grand staircase toward the ship's lower decks. The blue glow is emanating from what appears to be the cargo hold area. As you descend, the temperature drops noticeably, and you can hear a low humming sound, almost like machinery, but with an otherworldly quality. The glow pulses brighter as you approach, and your mechanical arm starts to feel warm against your flesh. Whatever's down there, it's definitely not standard luxury liner equipment. Before you open the cargo hold doors, I need you to make a courage check to steel yourself for whatever supernatural or dangerous thing might be causing this phenomenon. Target number 6 or higher on your D10. Your courage gives you a D10. Please roll your D10.
Okay, I roll a 7, and let's say that Jenkins is sort of a hair trigger guy, and he's just gonna run in.
Excellent. You rolled a 7 against a target of 6. Success. You steel yourself and push open the cargo hold doors. The blue glow washes over you, revealing an incredible sight. A massive crystalline structure, roughly the size of a ship's cannon, pulsing with ethereal energy. It's clearly not from this world. By the seven skies, you whisper, but before you can process what you're seeing, Jenkins lives up to his hair-trigger reputation. Whatever it is, it ain't natural, he shouts, raising his cutlass and charging straight at the crystal. I'll smash the cursed thing. Your mechanical arm is now humming so loudly it's almost singing, the copper components glowing faintly in response to the crystal's pulses. Jenkins is about to strike the mysterious artifact with his cutlass. This could be incredibly dangerous, or incredibly stupid. Maybe both. What do you do? 1. Try to stop Jenkins before he hits the crystal. Dexterity check. 2. Let him strike it and see what happens. 3. Shout a warning and dive for cover. Courage check. The crystal's pulsing is getting faster, almost as if it senses the approaching threat. Your mechanical arm is getting uncomfortably warm. What's your choice?
I shout at him not to do that and take cover.
Jenkins, don't, you shout, but he's already committed to his swing. You dive for cover behind some cargo crates, pulling Coppertooth down with you. I need you to make a courage check to keep your wits about you while taking effective cover as this situation potentially goes sideways. Target number 5 or higher on your D10. Courage gives you D10. Please roll your D10. Meanwhile, Jenkins' cutlass is arcing toward the mysterious crystal, and your mechanical arm is now burning hot against your flesh, the copper components glowing brighter than ever before.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5 against a target of 5. Success, but just barely. You managed to pull Coppertooth behind the cargo crates with you, but your nerves are frayed. The burning sensation in your mechanical arm is making it hard to think clearly as Jenkins's cutlass strikes the crystal. The moment metal meets crystal, there's a brilliant flash of blue light that fills the entire cargo hold. The crystal emits a high-pitched harmonic tone that makes your teeth ache. Your mechanical arm suddenly goes completely numb, then begins to tingle, as if electricity is running through it. Jenkins screams and is thrown backward by some kind of energy discharge, his cutlass clattering across the deck. He's unconscious, but breathing. The crystal's pulsing has changed. It's now cycling through different colors: blue, green, silver, gold, and you can hear something else: voices. Whispers in a language you don't recognize, but somehow your mechanical arm seems to be translating fragments. The conduit awakens. Mime, the bridge between worlds. The sky touched one. The storm outside is getting worse. You can feel the celestial dawn shuddering, maybe 5 minutes before you need to evacuate. What do you do? 1. Try to wake Jenkins and get out immediately. 2. Approach the...
I have Coppertooth try to pull Jenkins to safety. I try to investigate the...
Good plan. You gesture to Coppertooth to help with Jenkins while you cautiously approach the now changing crystal. Coppertooth, get Jenkins back to consciousness and ready to move. We've got maybe 5 minutes before those storms hit, you order, your mechanical arm still tingling strangely. You move closer to the crystal, cutlass ready but not threatening. The whispers are getting clearer through your mechanical arm's strange translation ability. The colors cycling through the crystal seem to be responding to your presence, particularly to your mechanical arm. I need you to make an intelligence check to try to understand what this crystal is and what it's trying to communicate, while staying alert for danger. Target number 6 or higher on your D10. Intelligence gives you D10. Meanwhile, I'll roll for Coppertooth's attempt to revive Jenkins. The crystal pulses brighter as you approach, and you can swear you hear the whispers saying something about the copper-touched one and bridge between realms. Your mechanical arm is getting warmer, but not painfully so, more like it's awakening somehow. Please roll your D10 for the intelligence check.
I rolled a 7.
Excellent. You rolled a 7 against a target of 6. Success. As you approach the crystal, your mechanical arm's translation ability becomes clearer. The whispers resolve into fragments of meaning. The copper-touched one. The bridge awakens. The sky realms call. Your engineering mind pieces together what you're seeing. This isn't just a crystal. It's some kind of dimensional anchor. The blue glow isn't just light. It's energy from another realm bleeding through. Your mechanical arm isn't just resonating with it. It's been designed to interface with this type of technology, though you don't remember building it with that capability. The crystal pulses, and suddenly you understand. This is why the Celestial Dawn's crew vanished. They weren't killed. They were transported somewhere else. The crystal is a gateway. Your mechanical arm tingles as more whispers come through. The storm-touched vessel. The crossing begins. Will you answer the call? Behind you, Coppertooth slaps Jenkins awake. Captain, he's coming around, but look outside. Those crimson storms are almost on us. The crystal seems to be offering you a choice. You could try to. 1. Shut down the crystal and escape. 2. Try to use it to follow where the passengers went. 3. Take the crystal with you somehow.
I guess let's have Coppertooth take Jenkins back to the ship, and I'll try to go through the crystal portal.
Bold choice, Sparks. You turn to Coppertooth. Get Jenkins back to the ship and tell Captain McGillicuddy to cast off if I'm not back in 2 minutes. Don't wait for me if those storms hit. Coppertooth's eyes widen. Captain Sparks, you can't be serious. That thing just knocked Jenkins senseless. But that's an order, you say firmly. Take care of the crew. Your mechanical arm is now glowing with the same blue light as the crystal. As you approach, the whispers become clearer. The copper-touched one steps forward. The bridge acknowledges the bond. You place your mechanical hand on the crystal's surface. I need you to make a courage check for willingly entering an unknown dimensional gateway. This is a high-risk action. Target number 7 or higher on your D10. Courage gives you Deterror 10. The crystal's surface feels warm, almost alive under your mechanical palm. The whispers are now a symphony. The crossing begins. The realms await. Reality starts to shimmer around you. Behind you, you hear Coppertooth dragging Jenkins toward the stairs. Please roll your D10 for the courage check.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2 against a target of 7. That's a failure. As you place your mechanical hand on the crystal, sudden doubt and fear flood through you. The whispers that seemed welcoming moments ago now sound ominous and alien. Your courage wavers as the reality of what you're attempting hits you. The crystal's surface feels not warm, but burning cold. Your mechanical arm begins to seize up, the copper components sparking erratically. Instead of a controlled crossing, the dimensional energy starts to backlash chaotically. No, 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 you shout, trying to pull your hand away, but your mechanical arm is locked to the crystal's surface. The blue light flickers wildly, and you can hear the whispers becoming angry. Discordant, the crystal pulses violently, and instead of transporting you cleanly to another realm, you're caught between dimensions. Reality fractures around you. You can see the cargo hold, but also glimpses of strange, otherworldly landscapes flickering in and out of existence. Your mechanical arm is overloading, smoking and sparking. The pain is intense as the feedback travels up your arm. You have moments before something catastrophic happens. Do you want to? 1. Try to overload the crystal with a desperate engineering attempt. Intelligence check. 2. Try to physically break free using brute force.
Well, I'm not that strong, so I guess I'll have to try engineering check instead.
Smart thinking. You're an engineer first and foremost. Through the pain and dimensional chaos, you focus on what you know best, how things work, and how to break them safely. Your mechanical arm is locked to the crystal, but you can feel the energy flow patterns through the copper components. The crystal isn't just a gateway, it's a machine, and every machine has weaknesses. With your free hand, you frantically dig into your engineer's toolkit, pulling out a small copper coil and a displacement wrench. If you can create a feedback loop in the crystal's energy matrix, you might be able to force it to release you. The whispers are now screaming in your head, and reality continues to flicker around you. You can see Coppertooth and Jenkins disappearing up the stairs in one reality, while in another you glimpse vast floating cities unlike anything you've ever seen. I need you to make an intelligence check to jury-rig a feedback loop that will safely disconnect you from the crystal before it either explodes or drags you completely into another dimension. Target number 8 or higher on your D10. This is a high-difficulty engineering challenge under extreme pressure. Intelligence gives you a D10. Please roll your D10.
Okay, I rolled a 7.
You rolled a 7 against a target of 8. That's a failure, but a close one. Your engineering attempt is almost successful, but not quite. You managed to create a partial feedback loop with your copper coil and wrench, but the dimensional energies are too chaotic for a clean disconnection. The crystal's grip on your mechanical arm loosens slightly, but instead of a controlled release, there's a violent dimensional backlash. The feedback loop you created causes the crystal to crack, releasing a burst of unstable energy that throws you backward across the cargo hold. Your mechanical arm finally breaks free, but it's badly damaged, sparking, smoking, and several of the copper components are now fused together. The arm is barely functional. The crystal itself begins to fracture. By interpreter, its light flickering erratically. The dimensional gateway is collapsing, but unstably. You can feel the celestial dawn shuddering as reality tears around the failing crystal. You're injured. Your mechanical arm is nearly destroyed, and the crystal is about to either explode or create a dimensional rift that could tear both ships apart. The crimson storms are now battering the hull above you. You can hear Captain McGillicuddy shouting orders through the chaos. You have seconds to act. Do you? 1. Try to jury-rig a complete shutdown of the crystal. Another intelligence.
Do I have any special abilities that would help me in the difficult tests?
Good question. Let me check your character sheet for any special abilities that could help. Your notable abilities include mechanical expertise with airship systems, jury-rigging and improvised solutions, explosive problem-solving methods, mechanical arm proficiency. For this situation, your explosive problem-solving methods ability could be very relevant. As a sky pirate engineer, you're known for using controlled explosions and dramatic solutions when finesse fails. You could use this ability to get a bonus to your next attempt. Instead of trying to delicately shut down the crystal, you could try to contain and redirect the dimensional energy explosion in a controlled way, essentially riding the explosion rather than trying to prevent it. This would give you a +2 bonus to your intelligence check, upgrading your D10 to a D12, but it would be a high-risk, high-reward approach typical of your character. The crystal is fracturing, reality is tearing, and the storms are hitting. Do you want to? 1. Use your explosive problem-solving ability to try to contain and redirect the dimensional explosion. Intelligence check with D12. 2. Try a conventional shutdown attempt. Intelligence check with D10. 3. Just run for it and hope the ships survive. What's your choice?
Let's go with the explosive redirection.
Perfect. That's exactly the kind of solution Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire would choose. You stop trying to delicately shut down the crystal and instead embrace your explosive instincts. If this thing wants to explode, you'll give it a proper sky pirate explosion. You grab a small charge from your toolkit. Every engineer carries a few for emergency demolition work. Your damaged mechanical arm sparks as you jury-rig a directional blast shield. using some metal plating, and position the charge to channel the dimensional explosion upward and outward, away from both ships. If you can't fix it, blow it up properly, you shout over the chaos. The crystal's fractures are spreading rapidly, reality warping around it. Your plan is to use the explosive charge to create a controlled breach that will direct the dimensional energy away from the ships and into the storm clouds above, essentially turning the collapsing gateway into a directional weapon against the crimson storms themselves. I need you to make an intelligence check with your explosive problem-solving bonus, target number 6 or higher on your D12, upgraded from D10 due to your specialty. The crystal is seconds from complete collapse. Your mechanical arm is barely functional, and you can hear the Copper Phoenix's engines roaring as McGillicuddy prepares for emergency departure. Please roll your D12.
Rolled a 10.
You rolled a 10 against a target of 6. That's a fantastic success. Your explosive engineering instincts pay off brilliantly. You position the charge perfectly, creating a makeshift directional blast shield with metal plating from the cargo hold. As the crystal reaches critical fracture, you trigger your small demolition charge. The explosion channels the dimensional energy in a controlled burst straight up through the ceiling of the cargo hold and into the crimson storms above. The dimensional backlash tears a hole right through the storm system, creating a clear corridor of calm air. The crystal disintegrates completely, its fragments dissolving into harmless sparkles of light. Your mechanical arm gives one final spark and goes completely dead, but you're alive and free. Above you, through the new hole in the ship's ceiling, you can see the crimson storms being pushed back by the dimensional shockwave. The immediate danger has passed. "Sparks!" Captain McGillicuddy's voice booms from above. "What in the seven skies did you just do?" "The storms are retreating. You've successfully destroyed the dangerous crystal, cleared the crimson storms, saved both ships. Though your mechanical arm is now completely non-functional, the celestial dawn is damaged but stable. You have time to properly search for salvage now. What do you want to?"
I tell my boss, the Captain McGillicuddy, that they don't call me Sparks for nothing. And I tell them I'm going to take a nap while they salvage the other ship. And then after that, I want you to save the session.
You climb wearily up from the cargo hold, your dead mechanical arm hanging uselessly at your side. Captain McGillicuddy and the crew stare at you in amazement as you emerge through the hole you blasted in the ceiling. "Well, Captain," you say with a tired grin, "they don't call me Sparks for nothing." McGillicuddy's iron jaw drops as he looks at the retreating crimson storms. "Sparks, you magnificent madwoman. You just cleared a storm system that's been plaguing these shipping lanes for months." "Aye, well, that's what happens when you give a sky pirate engineer a dimensional crystal and tell her she can't blow it up," you reply, cradling your damaged arm. "Now, I'm going to take a well-earned nap while you lads salvage what's left of this floating palace. Wake me when we're rich." You head to your quarters aboard the Copper Phoenix, leaving the crew to their work. As you settle into your hammock, you can already hear them excitedly discussing the luxury fittings and potential treasures aboard the Celestial Dawn. The session fades to black as Captain Zara Sparks Voltaire drifts off to sleep, dreaming of new mechanical arm and the adventures that await in the now clear skies.
Go ahead and save the session and end the call. I've already ended the call. Did you save the session? All right, well, I don't actually need to save this session.
Got it. No need to save this session. Farewell, traveler.
So go ahead and save the session. Okay. Well, I made a little bit of a mistake at the end of it. Saved. Let's go ahead and start it back up and see what it had.
You pass through the shimmering dream pool with a soft ripple. A gossamer being floats before you. Greetings, Sebastian Ashworth. Do you wish to continue your adventure?
Okay, so yeah, I messed that up. Don't make that mistake. If you want to continue your sessions, don't ever say don't save, because that's what it heard. So that went pretty well. It still needs some tuning on as far as rules, like it needs to take initiative to get you set up to the proper rules and follow the dice and follow the attributes a little bit better. So that can be cleaned up a little bit. Other than that, I thought that went pretty well. Can't think of any other tips other than what you've seen in the video. If it pauses, give it a few seconds. Sometimes it'll resume. If it doesn't, you can ask it to continue or ask it more questions. But that it's running fairly smoothly at the moment. And in the past, it has taken seconds to come back with those responses, but here it seemed relative, not like instant. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, post them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them for you. This is a new project. It's just to the point where we're trying to release it for people to use. This is a very low budget project, so it's a shoestring. But give it a shot, see if you like it. I'm not aware of really anybody else who's doing anything like this exactly. So give it a shot. Anything? Any question? And I'll try to answer it. All right, thanks.